Hello and welcome to our virtual information session for Kindergarten 2021. My name is Paula Ledbetter and I'm the principal of St Lawrence's Parish School. And we've developed this virtual meeting so that you can hear more about our unique school community and to support you in the decision making about enrolment for your child and the commencement of their school journey in the new school year. Of course, these times of COVID-19 have forced us to take a new approach, a new way of connecting with you as families. We do hope in the near future we'll be able to welcome you onto our school site and give you a real-time tour, answer any questions and meet with you personally to get to know your story, your child and your hopes for the new school year. For some of you today, you'll be listening, thinking and considering what school might be right for your child and your family. Of course, in Forbes, we are incredibly blessed to have wonderful educational communities. Today, I hope to share with you a little bit about our school, what makes us unique, so that you can consider if St Lawrence's Parish School is the right fit for your family and if we can offer you what you're hoping for. For others, this may be your second or third child coming to school, but again, it gives you a little bit of a touch base about what makes our community special, what we really value, the programs we offer, and how we walk with you on your journey as parents in educating your child. To begin, I'd like to give you a context of our school and our story. So we are a part of the Diocese of Wilcannia-Forbes, and Wilcannia-Forbes Diocese covers 52% of the state. As you can see on the map, we have 18 parish primary schools across 52% of the landmass of New South Wales, meaning the Queensland, South Australian and Victorian borders. While geographically vast, we are, however, intimately connected. We have our Catholic Education Office supporting the work in our schools, located right next door to St Lawrence's here in Forbes. We also have our Good Shepherd, Bishop Columba Macbeth Green, who also resides here in Forbes. In terms of St Lawrence's Parish School, there's a beautiful, rich history. For some of you, you may be ex-students. Maybe you went to the infant school or St Joseph's down on Farnell Street. St Lawrence's, in its current format, is the amalgamation of the three primary schools that once existed. We do have two campuses, our catered 2 classrooms and our school hall located to the west, and our administration building and 3 to 6 classrooms located to the east of Dalton Street. So to be a parish school, we need a parish. And for us, here in our school, the parish of St Lawrence O'Toole is intimately connected to the work we do. It's really important that we acknowledge this, and we do make every effort to ensure that our students identify with our parish community. Central to what we do here in the school each day is the development of our Christian community. And, as pictured, Father Simon and Bishop Columba support us in teaching the traditions and the values of the Catholic Church. We come to our vision, which of course is centred on the person of Jesus. This is what makes our community unique. We are a Catholic school community. We are here to develop and nurture the faith of each child through our curriculum, our holistic curriculum, to support each child to reach their full potential. And our vision is our foundation stone in the work that we do each day within our school. So I'd now like to take you on a little bit of a walk through life at St Lawrence's, and hopefully this can give you a feeling of what our school has to offer. So of course, as already mentioned, we're a Catholic parish school. And so we do celebrate God's love and presence in our everyday lives each day. There is a true spirit of making Jesus real. And you might hear that phrase, making Jesus real. What does that mean? We talk with our children often about the way we live the gospel, how we can be people who are kind, respectful, courteous, generous, humble. So that spirit of Jesus is something that we both encourage, but we name it here in our school community too. We celebrate that love and presence, and we encourage our children to have that spirit of Jesus in their interaction, their love, and their care for other people. We also have prayer, worship, and faith formation as a critical part of the work we do in our Catholic school. Prayer during the day, as well as worship, times of Eucharistic celebration, liturgies, in the church, within our parish. Faith formation is critical, and we really acknowledge that for each of our students, as they come to our school, they have a different journey, and so we meet them where they are. Our new religious education curriculum is very much about allowing our children, through body, heart, and mind, to develop in their faith formation. The program also allows for opportunities for parents to walk alongside, maybe reconnect, or experience faith formation for the first time. The importance of play is something that's really important to us here at St. Lawrence's. Recently, during COVID-19 and our children learning from home, I wanted our parents also to be reminded of the importance of the simple things and the great learning that can come through play. Not only do children have fun times, but it also builds on creativity, creative thinking, critical thinking and problem solving, building resilience when maybe things don't quite go right, social skills in interacting with each other, supporting children to really flourish in their imagination. So we encourage play and also acknowledge the importance of play. Having an active community is also important, but we've taken it one step further, and we understand that being active and healthy also sets our students up for positive learning experiences. Each morning, we run a physical education program to commence our school day. At the heart of that program is the concept of movement, muscle, and mouth. We give our children the opportunity to move in terms of fitness, but also in terms of getting their bodies ready for learning for the day. Muscle is thinking about aligning their bodies ready for learning, whether that be strengthening core or looking at the crossover from right to left. For mouth, it's also about preparing for learning, whether that's through breathing or our crunch and sip program. So that active and healthy lifestyle is important to the way we do business here at the school. Something that's important for you to know is that classroom environments have changed. And over the last 2 to 3 years, we have fully embraced flexible learning environments within our school community and within our classrooms. You can see here in the pictures that it might look a little bit different. Tables with whiteboard tops for drawing, working out, collaborating. Different styles of seating in the classroom, the green wobble stools, the different heights of furniture. Flexible learning environments have enhanced the teaching and learning here at St. Lawrence's. We're able to meet the children where they're at, what works for them to be the best learner they can be each day within the classroom. Literacy and numeracy. We all know these are critical key learning areas for our students. And in the early years, it is so important that we set those solid foundations for our students. And so literacy and numeracy approaches at St. Lawrence's are very much agreed, and we all work together to ensure we are supporting our students the best we can and meeting them again where they're at. So within our classrooms, we do have that sense of ensuring quality teaching. We use what's called the gradual release of responsibility. That involves a lot of model teaching, guided, shared, and independent experiences for our students. Visible learning. This is a new concept for many of our parents. Visible learning is where we're taking away the mystery, lifting the fog for our students by making it very clear they understand what they're learning. For many of us in years gone by, we just completed the activity and went on to the next job. In our classrooms today, we make the learning intention clear and we set about demonstrating to and for our students what it looks like to be successful. Visible learning is a really important shift in the way we do business here at St. Lawrence's. We do run a program called Sound Waves, which builds and develops phonemic awareness for our students, and this is a K-6 program. EMU, which is Extending Mathematical Understandings, is also an important part of our practice here at St. Lawrence's. Again, starting with a very concrete approach, drawing children into experiences where they build rich and deep mathematical understandings, not just rote learning, but deep understanding, starting with the concrete and moving to the abstract. Something also that we've been able to implement in our school is an early learning support teacher. And so for our kindergarten and year 1 classrooms, we have an additional teacher who works alongside, in particular, the kindergarten classrooms in supporting the day-to-day needs as well as the specific learning needs and approaches in the classroom. This has been a great asset to our community. We look forward to continuing that role into the future. 7 learning dispositions. We know that this world is moving quickly. Changes are being made. And it's no longer just about teaching content and children remembering facts. But one of our key priorities and an area of work that's become critically important is developing and supporting our students to develop really sophisticated in some ways, but simple learning dispositions. The things that we maybe take for granted or the things that we think might just come naturally. I'm talking about open-mindedness, flexibility, risk-taking, resourcefulness, being patient and persistent in our learning, being reflective, being ubiquitous, meaning we can learn anywhere, anytime. And so we have embedded into the culture of our school the learning dispositions. Again, as another really important foundation stone for setting up our children for a successful learning journey. These dispositions also very much support the approach of creative, critical and design thinking, which we know moving into the future is going to be very important. Many other opportunities at St. Lawrence's for rich learning experiences. We do have a partnership with the Mitchell Conservatorium, and so music lessons happen within the school community. We very much celebrate and build for our community a sense of cultural awareness with rich celebrations during the year. Sport, creative arts, STEM, critical thinking, opportunities for enrichment and extension as well. I'd like to talk to you now about social emotional learning and our behaviour management approach at St. Lawrence's. Social emotional learning, again, like the dispositions, has become a critical area of focus for us in our school community. We really acknowledge that mental health and mental health well-being, is so important in setting ourselves and also our students up for success in the classroom. And so we have now deliberately structured into the way we do business a social emotional learning focus. We utilise a program called the Zones of Regulation, and the Zones of Regulation are actively utilised, discussed, displayed and experienced across all of our classrooms. You may have heard of the zones before. The zones of regulation will be something that your child will encounter and learn more about at St. Lawrence's. We talk about the green zone being that optimal zone for learning. Not only do we talk about the green zone and it being optimal, but how do we get there? Because we do acknowledge that there will be times we're not feeling so great. Maybe we're tired. Maybe we're a little terrified if something's happening for us, frustrated or worried. So this is a significant element of the teaching that we do, particularly at the beginning of each school year, but also touch points during the year. This is the language we use with our students also when things go wrong. It gives them a language to describe how they're feeling. We do have an explicit approach to behaviour management, and at the heart or at the beginning of the process or the approach is behaviour teaching. We really know that we can't just expect kids to know what to do, particularly when they're first starting school. So we do have a period of behaviour teaching where we work through with our children the routines, the expectation, what it looks like, what it sounds like, how it feels to be doing the right job at the right time or to be speaking to please. How do we sit on the mat? How do we get our jobs done? How do we be a good friend? So linked to those zones of regulation and our baseline behaviours, our school rules, is that sense of explicit teaching at the beginning of the year because we want to set our students up for success. There's also opportunities for feedback and practice around our approach during the year, and most importantly, that real life application. And we do know that there can be bumps in the road, but with the foundations we've set in being able to have conversations with our children about how they're feeling and where things may have went wrong, we're set up well to support them as they encounter the positives and sometimes the negatives. So restorative practices, it's also a significant part of the way we communicate and support our students when things do go wrong. And that can happen. We're not about being authoritarians. It's about walking alongside our students so that they can have happy and safe relationships with their peers. So restorative practice is also a critical way that we support our student community. As I've already mentioned, there are many extracurricular opportunities, whether it be from a school musical to excursions. Hopefully we can get back to those soon. The Eisteddfod, pathway sport, heading to football gala days, being involved in community days like Reading Downtown Day. Additional learning needs. Just want to walk you through now the support that we are able to offer every child. And I'm just going to repeat that, every child at St. Lawrence's School. Additional learning needs is just not about a specific group of students who might have significant or complex needs. We've really developed a program here to support every child. And it's not just about academic learning, but about social development, sensory needs, well-being, big focus on well-being, and physical needs as well. So our additional needs approach is quite significant, and we're really proud of the work we've been able to do within our community to build a great reputation and to be a leader in our diocese with additional learning needs and the support we can give and the personalisation of support we can give to our students. So we are well resourced and we do have specialist support in place to support our staff and students in the work we do each day in the school. It's not just about always withdrawing students to provide interventions. This is important, but it's also really important that we have the resources and the specialist support in place to provide differentiation and adjustments within the classroom for our students. This is important. We do also have access to allied health services externally, particularly a partnership with Royal Far West and a telehealth program that provides speech, OT and psychology. We do also have a partnership with Psych Solutions in Orange and a visiting counsellor on a fortnightly basis. Something that's developed over the past few years is our suite of programs that we offer for students, particularly around social skills, well-being and resilience. This is probably the area where we can offer programs really broadly to our students. And it might be a girls' resilience program for Year 6 students as they're preparing to head to high school. So when we're thinking about additional learning needs, it's not just specific or complex needs, it's those everyday experiences, everyday periods in children's lives that can be just a little bit tricky to navigate. So we've developed a great suite of programs in small groups to support our students. We do have the opportunity to run specific sensory and OT programs, and we have what we call our zone room, which caters and allows us to have some specific OT support. We do have literacy and numeracy intervention programs. That's that opportunity to withdraw children from the classroom and give specific support to give them the boost they might need or to fill the gaps that they might have in their learning. We do have what's called the Hive, and the Hive is our additional needs hub. And this is a safe, happy place for all students. We have many students visit our Hive. Within our Hive hub, we do have a specialised Hive class. I'd like to talk to you finally about the importance of parent partnerships. When I think about parents, I see you as parents as being the absolute primary educator of your child. And without you and the knowledge, the intimate knowledge you have of your child, we can't do the best job for you or your child here at school. And so I greatly value those partnerships. I really encourage you as parents to be involved in the community, in school life, and also to know that your voice is very important. You are an advocate for your child always. And you can enrich your school and your child's school experiences by being involved, being present. There's many ways for you to be involved, whether it's open classroom days, sporting events, liturgical experiences, assemblies, the school fete, parent meetings, whatever it might be. Please know that we really value your involvement, your partnership, and without you, we can't do the best job for your child. So we really, really value that partnership. Community, again, service and mission, extending outside the school. Being a Catholic school, we do have a focus on particular times of the year with mission and fundraising, but we also really understand the importance of our relationship to the community, the wider community, both locally and nationally as well. Student buddies and family buddies. So this is something that's really beautiful, and I'm looking at the pictures on the screen, and some of these students have well and truly left St. Lawrence's now, but what's beautiful about the buddy program is that our Year 6 students and our kinder children often remember their school buddy for years to come. And so that student buddy program is a really beautiful way of supporting the kinders as they start. Over the last few years, we've also implemented a family buddy system where you will be buddied with another family in our community, if you are new to St. Lawrence's, just to support you through that first term. So family buddies and student buddies, two really beautiful aspects of our community that your child and yourself can be involved in. I'd like to take a moment now to walk you through our enrolment process. You can see pictured on the screen Mrs. Kylie Ryan, and Kylie is our Student Services and Enrolments Officer, as well as walking alongside me as my Executive Assistant. Kylie will be an important point of contact during the enrolment process, scheduling appointments, but also maybe following up with you about documentation we might need. The starting age for kindergarten is that children must be aged 5 by the 31st of July in the year of commencement. If you have wonderings or concerns about whether this year is the right year to send your child, I encourage you to have the conversations with the preschool or your early learning centre. And of course, I'm more than happy to meet with you and to discuss your child and their particular needs at this time. On submitting an application, we would find it very helpful if you could return the application for enrolment to our school office as soon as possible or by Friday the 26th of June. This will allow us to begin scheduling appointments and interviews. So with your application, you'll need birth certificate and immunisation certificate. And if your child is baptised Catholic, their baptismal certificate. It's probably a good point in time to mention that we are very welcoming of students of other religious faith denominations, or it may be that your child is not baptised. So we understand that the faith journey is a very personal one for individual families, but we are very open to welcoming non-Catholic students. So the enrolment interview is the next step, and as I've mentioned, July, August is when we hope to complete those, and then you'll be sent more information via mail or email, confirming enrolment and providing the next steps about Connecting Kinders, which is our 5-week transition and orientation program that runs in term 4. It's held on a Tuesday for 5 Tuesdays, 9 till 11, and this is a beautiful program, a time for us to get to know the kids and for the children to get to know us as well. But there'd be more information to come on Connecting Kinders. Finally, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this pre-recorded information session for Kindergarten 2021. I hope to be able to meet with you and speak with you soon. I look forward to answering any questions. And please know that if you do have any questions, to contact our school office. Our office team would be more than happy to chat with you. And I'm also very happy to talk with you about anything that you may have heard that you'd like to know more about, or if you have any general queries. So thanks for taking the time in these unusual circumstances. Stay safe, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.